Good morning. I'm Stacy Pulliam, Assistant Director of Children's Ministries at IPC, and today I'd like to read from the book of Matthew. I'm reading from the Message, one of my favorite translations, Matthew 6, verse 34. Give your entire attention to what God is doing right now, and don't get worked up about what may or may not happen tomorrow. God will help you deal with whatever hard things come up when the time comes. What did you hear Jesus say? Stay focused on today. Don't get worked up about tomorrow. That God will be alongside us when hard things happen. It's the eternal message of optimism. You've heard the saying, when life gives you lemons, make lemonade. I've been reading this summer, Making Lemonade, teaching young children to think optimistically. And this book defines optimism as approaching challenges with a high expectation of success, believing that negative events are temporary and manageable, and having a set of beliefs that leads to action to help us cope with misfortune. So why do we want to teach children optimism? First off, it leads to a healthy mindset, lower anxiety. It leads to success in school, in sports, and later on with work. But most importantly, it gives us resilience and mindfulness, and we learn a growth mindset. We have grit and gratefulness and kindness and hope. So how do you teach young children right now about optimism when we're in such a tough situation as we've been in this past summer? We teach them that this is not forever. It may have gone on a long time. We may not know when it's going to be over, but it's not permanent. And that everything hasn't changed. There are still so many things that we can do. We may have to do them differently. We might have to wear a mask, or we might have to be in groups that are smaller than we're used to having. Things just may be a little different for a while. But make sure they know that this isn't their fault, that this isn't fair. Acknowledge their feelings, but dispute the negative feelings to help them have perspective and help to teach them optimism at a young age and a way of looking optimistically at the rest of their life. I've asked a few of my most optimistic friends that I have to share their thoughts on how they've made lemonade over this past summer.
Good morning. I was asked to talk to you about making lemonade out of lemons, and ironically that's the theme of our rehearsal dinner coming up in August for our son Joe's wedding. And it's been a lemon of a year, but we've been trying to stay positive and focus on the blessings that we do have. Getting outside every day, taking lots of walks, being grateful for the technology that helps us stay in close touch with family and friends. I mean, with cell phones, Amazon Prime, and Netflix, books on the shelf to read. We have food in our refrigerator and pantry. We feel very blessed. We always have something to do, always have projects to do at home, work to do. And we just focus on all the bounty that God has blessed us with. And at the same time, we try to keep in mind those who don't have as much or don't have people at home with them, quarantining with them, and try to reach out and stay in touch with those friends and family also. So we just try to focus on the positive as much as we can. We're not perfect. We have our down days, and it gets to us just like it does everybody else. But for the most part, we feel like we have been given an opportunity to slow down and truly focus on what we can be thankful for. So have a great day. Miss you all. Bye.
Have you heard the phrase, when life gives you lemons, make lemonade?
Yes, I have heard people say that a lot. And yeah, right now, it pretty much means where, if you have a bad thing, you need to make it a good thing, like add some little sugar and make the lemonade.
Yes.
Sour lemons.
I like that analogy. So, with everything that's happening this summer, How did you add a little sugar and make things better?
Well, I was missing my friends, so I started calling them, FaceTiming, catching up on anything we missed together. Just really fun.
Yeah, and you had an interesting birthday this year.
Yes, I did. But it was still really fun since my friends are just because you and Dad surprised me with my friends coming over in their cars, driving down the street, dropping off the gifts, talking, and then they went back to their houses. It was so fun because I got to see my friends in person, which was really fun instead of just on a phone, seeing them in person. And then I loved how my grandparents and family members got to come over. That was really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what about family time? Have you had a lot more family time this summer than ever before?
Yes, I have, and it's been really fun, like watching movies together. And since we started Full House, I love Full House. It was really fun.
So your daddy's not been going to work anymore.
Yes, but I was actually pretty excited about that since we get to spend more time with him. But he does still have to go downstairs and work a little more. But I still love having him right downstairs. It's really fun.
Yeah.
It's fun.
So is there anything else you would say you did this summer to make things a little brighter and happier?
Just getting some fresh air out here instead of just being stuck inside in quarantine. I mean, you should still stay in quarantine, but like outside in your front yard, backyard, walking down your street.
Those are good ideas.
Hmm.
And are there any other ways to stay positive?
Yes, there is. And if any of y'all think y'all are alone in COVID, y'all are not. Everybody here, we're all together in this. We're not alone. We're all together in this.
Thank you very much.
Good morning.
Wait, is that on?
This is Isaac. Isaac is a bunny rabbit that comes in our yard most every morning, sometimes in the afternoon. And, we named him Isaac because he makes us laugh. And, in this upside-down world we're in now, God gives us so many blessings. And this is one that we have found that we enjoy, being homebound. That, he comes out and he jumps around. He enjoys the clover. Sometimes he even uses his hind leg to scratch behind his ear. And sometimes he pops around like he's showing off his cottontail. Can you see him out there? He's eating away, just enjoying the clover in the yard. We know that this can be a way to make lemonade from lemon at times like this. Thank you, Lord, for your many blessings.